Hello, hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. It is Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and it is time for our Sunday Night Live. If you are on, give me a shout out. Let me know that you're here. I see Melinda and Carol and Judy. Hello, ladies. Good to see you. And if you hear my cat in the background, please ignore him. He likes to let his presence be known. How is it in Canada, Miss Judy? All right, we are going to do just cards tonight for this month. But first, I want to remind you that tomorrow is the last day that you can register for my Creativity Delivered for October, which features the Delicate Pines bundle. These are the cards. This is a fun corner easel card, right? And then, of course, that gatefold that I showed first. And then this is a bookbinding card. So you get enough supplies, cut paper, all of that, to make two of each of the four designs for a total of 8 cards. You also, oh, things are appearing on my desk that I didn't know anything about. You're also going to get a full package of the Hollyberries and the two-tone Sparkle Gems. You're going to get a half a package, and then you'll get a full package of the beautiful Delicate Pines. Actually, I'm not sure that's what it's called. It is called Elegant Pine Snowflakes 12 by 12 paper. So you'll get a full package of this as well. And again, the class is $35, $9 postage. If we are mailing it to you, that helps cover the cost of the packaging and the postage and all of that. This one is, was the favorite when we did these the other night together in the blue. So while this is not in the Elegant Pine Snowflake Designer Series paper, you will get your layers of the yep, that name just went out of my head, but that blue paper, that blue design back there. And we actually have a lot of it cut already. So we're just waiting on the final registrations to come in tomorrow. And then I will be packaging and working on the PDF so that we can get this out, hopefully before the end of the week. Wouldn't that be fabulous? Oh, look, here's that paper. What is this paper called that I couldn't remember the name of? Peaceful Garden. That blue pattern is from Peaceful Garden. All right. And then just one more reminder as the month is winding down, you still have time to take advantage of the best deal I think Stampin' Up! Ever's offered, at least in the 22 years I've been a demonstrator. You can choose two options, or from two options. You can get $125 worth of product for just $35. That's a great deal. Or you can get $189 worth of product for $99. Tax will be charged, but no shipping. Stampin' Up! Picks up the shipping. 99 is the typical joint offer, but you only get the option to choose $125 instead of $189. So this is great because if you've been wanting the die cutting machine fits in the parameters of this $189 in product for $99, and you still have some dollars left over to spend on other goodies. So there you go. This will end at the end of October. I have no idea if and when we will ever see this kind of an offer again. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking about it, I say pull the trigger because there's absolutely no risk, right? You join, you get your kit of all the product that you choose, and you've got at least 3 to 4 months to get a discount of a minimum of 20% on anything you purchase after that. So if you have any questions, let me know. But it really is a good deal, and it really is no risk. And we want to save a little money on our toys, right? Okay, then the other thing is that we did that cute So Much to Celebrate class a couple weeks ago, or kit, I should say. And I said I was going to draw a winner from the comments to send the remaining supplies and the remaining card kits. And my husband picked the winner tonight, and it was Christy Newton. And I don't know if Christy's on. But Christy, these are yours. So I will put them with your kit because I know you're getting this month's kit too. So yeah, so congratulations. Thanks for watching. I haven't getting anything away for a while, so I thought that was fun. Okay, who has come on since we talked? Carol Deegan is here. I think I did see you, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, Debbie. You had an awesome day. Good, 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 good. A little cloudy and a little cool. Yeah, it's getting cooler here. I had the fireplace on in my studio today. Hi, Verna. Hi, Betty. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. All right. So as I said, we are going to do October's Just Cards. This one got a late start because I was like a snail designing these for some reason. But I'm going to share them with you tonight. This is my card class, and you have a couple of different options with this class. You can obviously earn it for free with a minimum $45 product order, and that has to be $45 in product after any sale pricing, discounts, reward points are applied, any of that, you're paying $45 plus shipping, and the class is free. You can also buy the class outright. It's a 5-card class if you're new and you haven't seen my Just Card kits before. You can buy the 5-card kit for $20 plus $5 postage. If you're long distance and you earn it with your order through me, then you just need to send us $5 for help with the shipping. Remember too, when you're placing that $45 in product, you're going to get $4.50 in rewards back to your account, so that you can use that on a future purchase as well. And then there's the in-person option, which is you can do a porch pickup if you're not able to attend the class that we have the second of Tuesday every month at 3 p.m. So there you go. Those are the options on how to get the class. And we're going to start with our birthday card this month. And my desk is a little disorganized, so bear with me because we were busy cutting everything today. All right, so this one is fun. And this uses some products from the Charming Day. We're going to start with a base of thick white, and then we have a layer of our Timid Tiger. And then we have all these cute pieces that we're going to figure out where they go, right? So when you're putting this kit together, the one thing I will tell you is look for more of the leaves than the floral pattern, right? The floral pattern, we're going to use the back side. Now you could flip it if you wanted to, but the floral pattern is going to be the back side or the side that we're mounting down. And I don't know if the leaves, the vine, I don't know exactly what we want to call it. I'm just going to kind of lay them on here to get me started. And we'll find my adhesive. That would be good. And we're going to start mounting. We have had a whirlwind of a weekend. I don't know how your weekend's been. It seems like every time I turn around, I'm headed to a viewing or trying to get to a viewing. That was a long story and a horrible night. The first viewing I tried to get to in the last couple of weeks, and then we had another one this weekend. Let me just make sure this Timid Tiger's cut to size, because right now I'm feeling like it might not be. I don't know why I say that. No, it definitely is. Okay. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay. But yeah, so lots of sadness. Pull this one down a little bit. But yeah, so we had a viewing for dear friends, mother and mother-in-law on Saturday. I was at the Nest for a good portion of last week. I'll be leaving again. Oh, I'm glad I said that. I'll be leaving again for the Nest on Tuesday. So our Tuesday live will not be at 8 o'clock in the evening. It will be at lunchtime at noon. So if you're available to come hang out and watch that, do so. Okay. I think we got it now. Just need to get that first one started. Why is my snail not working? Yeah, so then we were back in Gettysburg on Saturday after the viewing, and we got it now. Today's been a day in the studio. So busy, busy, busy. But I think if I ever change, I wouldn't know what to do. Although I will change. I will change. I am looking forward to some changes in 26. So we will see where that takes us. And we're going to do another one of these down the side. So it's really like putting a puzzle together, right? There's definitely something off here, and I'm not 100% sure what it is, but we're going to finish that up. My edges are even, my sides are even. Well, this one's a little out. Let's see if we can pull this one in just a little bit. And then the greeting will hide some of the, what the heck happened in the middle? Oh my goodness. You're gonna fight me every step of the way. I think I know what happened. I think this one belongs down there. Hey, Donna. How are you? Hang on. How am I feeling today? My sore throat is gone, so that's a positive. I don't know if that was just a flare up of an allergy or what, but other than that, I'm feeling good. How about you? There we go. That was the problem. Now we have it. There's one that's just a nope. I just think I put these all on here wrong. I'm glad I started with this one. The rest will be easy. It's all making sense now. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. There we go. I feel like that one's crooked. And look, that one's going to match up perfectly now. There we go. We did it. Whew. Now I've shown you what not to do when you get your card kit. All right. This is going to go on the front, obviously. And I'm breaking my own rule because when I stamp or when I have basic white as my card base, I always like to stamp the inside first so that I can flip it around if need be, if I make a blunder. My greeting is from Simply Said. I said to my husband today when I was packing the kits, I don't know what I did before Simply Said because I reach for that stamp set all the time. And if you're a new stamper, I can't say enough about it. I mean, it has the greetings in it that you're going to reach for. It has the thinking of you, the birthday, the just a note, the thanks, the hello. I mean, all those things are in it. So it's really a very versatile set. Donna had a birthday this past week. I've lost track of the day, so I can't say which day, but she did. She had a birthday. So happy birthday again. And then we're going to bring in a shimmer gem from the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots in the Pretty Peacock. And I think I used a big one, although you wouldn't know it from looking at this. I'm not sure why this guy's hanging out over here by himself, but we're going to pop him on there. And we're going to grab the Let's Celebrate. Why I put the Pretty Peacock ink away, I'm not sure. Let's see. Do I get to see you at the nest this week, Miss Donna? I think I do. There we go. The 17th. There we go. So Friday, right? I think that was Friday. I've lost track of the days, the time, everything. Okay. So much easier than I made it appear. But there we go. There's our card. I like playing with the pretty papers and creating those mosaic backgrounds, right? Years ago, I had a Margello technique, if you were a needle pointer ever in your life, which I was, that we did with paper. I ought to see if I can dig that out again. I haven't done that in a long time. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next one. And it's fighting me. It won't come out of the bag. There's the parts. Now I just have to find the actual card itself. There it is. So this is our sympathy card. Not because I need so many of them right now, but because I haven't done one with just cards in a while. Oh my gosh, you're coming to see me on your 49th wedding anniversary. Your husband must hate me. Donna's going to come to the nest and craft with us for the day, along with two other friends. Where's my gun folder? And I actually still have a spot. So if anybody's local to us and wants to join us on Wednesday, reach out and let me know. It's $20 for 9 to 8 p.m., 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Meals are on your own. But there's tons of supplies there for you to use. So this is the autumn toile paper. And we're going to mount the panel. And then mount this to the inside of our card. This, of course, was embossed with the birch. And then we're going to do this little fun fold here. Oh, and guess what I don't have? All right, well, we'll do this part first. So on the inside of the card, we put the greeting from the right words, hoping the loss you feel right now will be eased by wonderful memories. And we're going to do that in early espresso. And then I'm going to have to grab my cardstock because I missed a layer. I try to do this as I'm designing, but even that doesn't seem to always work for me. So opposite side of what you would normally gravitate to mount your greeting layer, right? Because it's going to open up like this. Now this is going to go on the front after I die cut a piece of early espresso. Not die cut, but cut. So I want it to be 1/8 of an inch bigger. And this piece is 2.5 by 3 3/4. So we're going to go 3 7/8 by 2 5/8. The paper, I know, it is pretty cool. And I love the pumpkin pattern in there. That's probably my favorite, although I really like this pattern too. Is it not available right now, Carol? I haven't looked lately, to be honest. I'm trying to get my projects for my annual stamp camp done. We did put the save the date out there for the folks that are local to me that come to that. It is the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And I want to get the projects in the newsletter. Hopefully, if not this week, they'll definitely be in next week. But I'm getting the creativity delivered, mostly cut today, was a huge help. My husband did some of the die cutting work. Okay, so this says sending heartfelt sympathy, and of course that's from Lovely as a Tree. Loveliest Tree. Ooh, Lovely as a Tree. Now that's a throwback, huh? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and mount this to the card front. I'll try to center it. And get it straight. Here we go. And then this is gonna go, oops, not that one. Not sure why I had two in there, but we're gonna mount that right there. And of course, I'm only gonna put the adhesive on about half of it, right? So that I don't seal the card. And I didn't put any gems on this one, but there we go. I like that fold. That is a fun fold. All right, so there's project number 2. Let's get this out of the way. And I'll move on to project number 3. And that one looks like that. Truthfully, I have not used this stamp set. I've had it for quite a while. I am a symmetrical girl. My home decor is laid out symmetrically. My cards are usually symmetrical. And this one makes me a little crazy, but we're going to do it right after I drop the greeting. So the hello there. And this is from, if you don't know, this is from Blooming Phrases. It's an online exclusive. I believe it's still available. And then we're going to do this on the inside. And we're using Old Olive for our card base and Old Olive ink. You like that fold too? I know, it's a good fold. Thank you guys. All right. So Old Olive is our card base, as I said. And then we're going to bring in a layer of crushed curry and a layer of the designer series paper. And I'm not going to mount that quite yet because as you can see, my strips are going to run longer than the width of my card so that I can cut at that angle. So the first thing we're going to do is stamp the hello there on here, on our vanilla, or white, sorry. And I'm going to leave some room on the side. And I think I'm going to flip that over too. Yeah, let's try that again. There we go. That looks a little better, don't you think? Okay. And we're going to go ahead and mount that to our strip of crushed curry. And then we're going to mount it to our card front, or at least the layers on the card front, right? And you can angle it as steep or as low as you want. I want to make sure I have a little bit of room on the left side of the hello there so I can get the gem on and also at the tail end. So once I've done that, then I'm just going to flip it over and trim it even with the sides, right? And you can use your paper trimmer if you prefer. I'm just going to do it with my snips. These cards, if you've never gotten the Just cards, they are meant to be quick cards for you to be able to add into your stash. They are designed for the most part that all you need to do is add a greeting. And it doesn't have to be the greeting that I use. Don't think, oh, I have to have all these stamp sets. Nope. Whatever you have, I guarantee you, you have something that will fit on there, right? and something that will fit on the inside. I added the little accent without thinking, but you probably have a little bit of a greenery image that you could use to accent the inside as well. And that came right out of the same set, the blooming phrases. Has that cute little image. And now I can pull all of those things out so I'm not laying my hand down in them. This is going to get mounted on a layer of crushed curry as well. You get any gems that I use, there'll be a little box or bag of gems in one of the envelopes with one of the cards, right? So I don't put them in each card that has a gem. There's just a little baggie of all the gems. So when you get your kits, you just have to find the card kit that has the bag of gems in it. And then these are the muted palette dots. Donna. Donna likes that fun fold too. Good, 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 good. It really doesn't, my friend. I know you say that, but all right. So we're gonna pop a little guy there on the tail end and pop another little guy over here, right beside the hello, right along the edge. Am I in camera? Yes. Okay, good. I think I'm doing better. I think I finally figured. I'm telling you what, that is probably one of the most embarrassing things. And you guys don't even know all of it, but it took me that long to figure out how to use the lighting setup that I have because I'm an idiot. And I don't have any young kids in my life to tell me Aunt Lori or mom or grandma. Oh, but I'm so glad we figured it out because it makes my life so much easier. And there we go. That is our third project. All right, moving on. Now this one, I kind of forgot what I was doing when I designed it, so it's going to have a little bit more. You don't have to do what I did, but here is another birthday card. And I embossed, oh shoot, the embossing folder name just went out of my head. I think it's part of the Gathering Moments suite of products. And hopefully you can see that pattern on there. But I cut the leaf and then I am going to show you what I did. If you don't have gold embossing powder, you do not have to have it. This could absolutely go right on there just like that. You could use a sponge dauber and early espresso, for instance, or something like that, because you would pick it up out of here and add some color to this. I did use the gold embossing powder. So I will show you. Do you want me to do that or do you want me to show you with ink? Which way would you like to see it? Then I'll take a set of these cards. Yes, ma'am. Because I'm ready to do it with the embossing powder. And I did use gold. We have the metallics. Oh, but I'm not using gold tonight, apparently, because my gold embossing powder is missing. Well, isn't that interesting? Let me see if I can grab one. I don't know where that is. I can use all gold. All right, I'm going to open this one up. So we sell the Wow embossing powders now, right? There we go. Through Stampin' Up. And this is the metallic set. So you get the gold, the copper, and the silver. I'm not really sure what happened to the gold. So this is the gold. And I'll set that over there for right now. Embossing powder. Okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the embossing powder. So I am going to just lightly take that over. That's the embossing buddy, right? And then all I did, and I re-inked this today, so hopefully it's going to not do more than I want. I just lightly drug, hoping that I'm hitting the high point of the embossed image, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, I prefer it not be perfect. And you'll see on my original sample, right? I've got some splotches of gold and I kind of like that. So don't worry if you're like, I don't think mine is going to be good. It will be. Whatever you end up with will be good. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to dump. And don't be shy. I have people come to class and they're like, ooh, ooh. No, dump it. Dump it all over. I want to make sure, especially if you're doing your greetings or an image that you want to have a nice gold effect on it. Now, see, I got a lot on there tonight, and that's okay. And I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of it off by banging. It is not coming off. So this one's going to be a lot of gold. But again, I did re-ink my pad today without thinking. I probably should have waited until after we were done tonight, but that's okay. We're going to move the gold embossing powder out of the way so we don't blow it everywhere. Oh, sorry, I just hit the camera. And there's going to be lots of splotches on this one, and I'm okay with that. Lots of gold. So pretty. You can see once your heat tool gets really hot, it'll come up really fast. If you have copper and you want to use copper, that's fine. You don't have to use gold. And that's it. So lots more splotches, but the pattern still comes through. And actually, I think maybe I like the heavier one. I don't know. I don't know, but it's okay because we're going to have both of them. You always forget to use the buddy. Yes, I agree. Sometimes I do too. I've gotten better, but when I first started, I never remembered to use the buddy. And it really does make a difference. All right. So, oops. Let's go ahead and put this together. This is the woven textures paper. That's great paper to use in the fall. I use it all year round, but it works out really well in the fall. We're going to mount that layer right there. And then I have the new, if it will come out of the bag, irregular weave trim. This is pretty cool as well. It has great texture to it. I am going to run a strip of it along the edge just to add some texture to the card front. So the embossing gives us some texture, right? But I wanted some more. I like texture. So you can see it's just a little bit on the edge. Straight would be awesome. Okay. Trim the ends even. Oops. Yeah. Fun, fun. We'll add some more adhesive to the back of the designer series paper. And I went tight to the edge. You could leave a little bit of that linen effect on the paper show on the left if you wanted to. I'm going straight to the edge. And this I mounted with dimensionals, so let's grab some of those. I'm sure I have one started. I do. It's over here. Doesn't matter how much gold you get on it or copper, whatever color you're using of your metallic embossing, or your ink. If you just want to do it with a sponge dauber and some ink, you can absolutely do that as well. If you have the metallic ink pads that we used to sell, that'll work too, right? But if you're using the powder, doesn't matter how much is on here. You just want to make sure that it is all heat set, right? You don't want it to be powdery when you mount it to your card front. I'm going through dimensional so fast, I'm not even getting my lines drawn on the back so I know which ones I've peeled off. Guess what? My fingers will tell me. If my fingers stick, we know we got it. All right, so we're going to pop this down here, leaving us lots of room at the top. We are going to stamp our birthday greeting. And this comes from Branching Out, which I have to say right now is the stamp set in my studio that I want to play with. If you're one of my club members, I'm guaranteeing you, you're going to see it next month in club. But I haven't had time to play with it. And then I did go ahead and tie the bow with the baker's twine. And we're just going to use a glue dot to pop that down here. So we're getting even more texture added to the card front with the baker's twine. And yes, I will tie the bows for the card kits until I can't. So far, I haven't reached that point yet. It might be in my future, closer than I want it to be, but for right now, I can still do it. So I do it. So I love the front of that card. And then on the inside, we're going to do wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. And again, this greeting also comes from the Branching Out set. Close that up. We're going to grab the early espresso again. Let's not stamp it upside down. Unless you really want to prank somebody. Then you can stamp it upside down. I have a club member. She stamps upside down sometimes, and she has a family member that gets all those cards. Layer of Cajun Craze. I really like the 1/8 inch border if you haven't figured that out about me yet. Um, it just gives that hint of color that it needs, right? It's not overpowering, it's not too much. I'd like you to stand still. There we go. And if you have a little leaf or a little acorn or something like that that you want to pop down in the corner, you can absolutely add that. But I think that's a pretty card. And you know what? I'm hard pressed to say which one I like better. This has lots of gold. This has a little bit of gold. This I did better hitting just the image, and this I just really got lots of fun gold on there. So you can do it however you want. All right, there we go. I'm going to take 1 second and put the powder away. Oh, thank you, Judy. Because if I don't, somehow, some way, I'm going to dump it all over me, the floor, my table. This comes with a little screw cap on it. And truthfully, I've never figured out why. So I don't even know where the screw cap is because I'm always using it as a funnel to pour the powder back into the jar. So I like to eliminate steps that don't seem necessary to me when I'm working. And that's one that I'm just like, I don't really know why this would have a cap on it, but okay. We don't need that. Oh, you know what I forgot? And nobody said it. I forgot to put the gem on. I used the Cajun Craze and Gold Dots, which is perfect because our leaf is Cajun Craze and Gold. And I'm going to use one of the larger ones, or the middle ones, I guess. These are the middle ones. And just pop it here in the corner. All right. Now we're done with that. All right, what do we have left? Let's see. So that's Branching Out. That's the set I want to play with. Really, really, really like that set. And I think you can do fall and Christmas, and as I just did birthday with the greetings. Lots and lots of fun. All right, I guess, was that our fourth card? Wow, it was. See, they are quick and easy. All right, so here is our Christmas card for Just Cards this month. And I don't know if the traditional sparkling sequins are back in stock. I know they went on back order. I'm not sure. All right, we had Old Olive. What did we do with it? Here it is. Need the Old Olive ink. All right, last card. So, Real Red is our card base, obviously. And then I have a layer of basic white that I embossed with the Jolly Holly embossing folder. And apparently, I embossed the layer that was supposed to be inside the card. Well, I'm not really sure. Let's see if we can get away with this. If not, yes, our border will just be a little smaller. It'll be good. It'll all be good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do some mounting of our layers. As soon as Lori figures out, there it is. Oh, I need to play that, everybody drink when I lose something and find it. Oh my gosh. All right. Your table really shouldn't be that cluttered that you can't find your supplies on it. And then this is going to go on like this. I wanted to make sure I wasn't supposed to wrap the ribbon before I mounted this. So pretty. I love this paper. I love, love, love it. Okay, so we're going to run the shiny Real Red ribbon. One side's a little shinier than the other, so you find that side. That's the side that's going to go up. Tack it down on the back. And drop it just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to trim that longer tail off. And then you can put a piece of Scotch tape over your ends if you want. I tend to do that. I am going to go ahead and mount this, even though it's a little bit smaller. We're going to go with it. There are no mistakes in stamping, just opportunities for creativity. And then this is going to go in the center. Like so. And then I have this fun die cut. Make sure I've got the right side up. And I'm using the grid to help me make sure I've got it straight, because that's one thing that I don't think I will ever get by with my vision. Is that to get things as straight as I used to. And I'm going to shoot for the center with the Old Olive. Well, that came out pretty good, huh? This is also going to pop on with dimensionals. And I'm going to keep them at the top and the bottom because I don't want it to run over the ribbon. I'm going crazy with dimensionals lately. I'm not really sure why, but there we go. Try to center that as best we can. We'll bring in the traditional sparkle. I hope these come back in stock before I have to do the kits, because otherwise you might end up with something else, because I don't have enough of these, I know, for all the kits. There's what, silver or gold? I can't tell. I think it's gold, like a blue balmy or pool party, then the granny apple green, and the real red in 3 different sizes. This is a great sequence set for Christmas for sure. Okay, And then on the inside of our card, we just did the big Merry Christmas in the old olive. I need to take time to re-ink my ink pads. Although that one's pretty good. There we go. That's our last project, and I'm just really lucky because I flipped that open onto an inked stamp, but I don't think it got on it. What do you think? Okay, so that represents the 5 cards that you are going to get in the Just Cards kit when you place a minimum $45 product order before any discounts or rewards, or after, I'm sorry, after any discounts or rewards. So you're paying $45 plus shipping. You'll get the kit for free. If you're long distance, we ask for $5 to help with the shipping and postage. And if you're local, you can do a porch pickup or you can come to the class, which is the second Tuesday of every month at 3 p.m. here at my house in Dillsburg. I know, it would be very nice if they did that, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. We can keep throwing it in the suggestion box, but that's about all we have the ability to do. And then here are the other ones that we made. We've got a sympathy, we've got a feminine and a masculine birthday, we've got a thinking of you, and a Christmas. And hopefully they're all in camera. All right, gang, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And as I said, remember Tuesday I'll be live at noon because I am going to leave shortly thereafter to head down to the nest. We have open craft day on Wednesday. And I'm probably going to stay down there at least through Thursday just because I can get more work done down there than I'm doing it. There's not as many distractions as there are at home. So, all right, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in tonight. I so appreciate you. If you're following me on my March to the Million, we're getting close. We're like $1,700 away. So I'm looking forward to celebrating that huge milestone with you, which never in my wildest dreams was even on my radar. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching, commenting. If you're buying from me, I appreciate that. If you're ordering my kits, I appreciate that. You're just fabulous. And I love sharing my love of stamping with you. Have a great night. Be safe. And I'll see you soon. Bye.